Please say a chapter of Tehillim whenever you have a moment, give some extra charity, and study of Torah. I would like to take a moment and share with you some personal thoughts. In fact, I'd like to hear your feedback on them. You're welcome to send me an email at Zushe, Z-U-S-H-E, at Mashiach, M-A-S-H-I-A-C-H.ca. These thoughts are based on the teaching of the Gemara Talmud that we've mentioned a few days ago about the cycle, the 7-year cycle for the coming of Mashiach, and particularly on the Rebbe's clear statement that one has to see all the events happening today in the world, how they are part of the process of the coming of Mashiach, and how Mashiach is influencing the world. So let me share some thoughts. The Talmud, Sanhedrin 97, discusses a cycle of economic upheaval, pandemic with huge loss of life, an awareness, a worldwide awareness of the coming of Mashiach, followed by war, and then the final coming of Mashiach. What have we experienced the last few years? Economic upheaval basically points out that it is God who is in charge of the economy, the well-being of the world. If we have learned one thing from COVID is that neither the medical field, neither the scientists, neither politician have an answer to this tiny invisible virus. The only one who can help us in this situation is God himself. Brought a tremendous awareness that Yesh Balabais Lebirazu, there is someone who is in charge in this world, and that's God. Presently, a war. Now, I'm neither a geopolitical pundit. I'm certainly not a military expert. But I want to take it from, as I see it, from the Talmud perspective. What happened? Russia did this a number of years back. Crimea, Georgia, Chechnya. The world didn't react. In fact, this time, the world again told them beforehand, we are not going to fight with you. What happened now? One single Prime Minister of Ukraine, who happened to be Jewish, with very minimal expertise in military issues, or for that matter in political issues, was a comedian in the past, stood up against the invader and has galvanized the entire world opinion, demanding cessation of warfare and settle matters through dialogue. And they're going as far as jeopardizing their own economies with it. A change, a shift in world opinion. Leaders of the world turned to a Jewish prime minister who has very little world experience, wasn't called upon because of his great stature and respect around the world as an individual, but simply as a representative of the Jewish people, that he should find a way to bring about dialogue instead of warfare. As Nathan Sharansky very well put it, when 70 years ago, being Jewish was unfortunately a ticket to Auschwitz, today being Jewish is a ticket to safety, to being welcomed by the Jewish people around the entire world. We constantly hear about the amazing Mesiras Nefesh, self-sacrifice of the Rebbe's Shluchim in Ukraine, who remained there as long as they could, and some are still there. And when they're asked why, their answer is simply, we are Shluchim of the Rebbe, and the Rebbe teaches us that Avas Yisrael is not a slogan, Avas Yisrael is a way of life. Love your fellow Jew comes before my own personal needs and interests. So let's connect the dots. Economic upheaval, COVID, pointing to there is God. Followed by an awareness of the coming of Mashiach. A war which brings out the greatness, the specialty of the Jewish people. Friends, isn't this the perfect moment for the final revelation of Mashiach? Please, God, make it happen.